And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. Welcome back, my people. Shout out to Self-Researched NBA Facts. If you guys are not subscribed to him, I would suggest that you do. He does a lot of in-depth information on the numbers, things that LeBron James fanboys would not be happy to know, and this is one of them. This video is coming from a video he did saying that Michael Jordan never lost to below a 2 seed in his entire playoff career. And on top of that, he is the only top 75 player who can say that. He's the only top 75 player. That includes the Duck, the Deer, the leader of the 4 and 6 Kingdom. He is the only top 75 player that can say he never lost below a 2 seed in his entire NBA career. Now, we know he played 13 years in Chicago. 6 out of those 13 years, Michael Jordan was an NBA champion. 7 times, obviously, he lost in the playoffs. 5 out of those 7 times, he lost to a number 1 seed. He lost to the number 1 seed. And twice out of those 7 losses in the playoffs, he lost to a number 2 seed. And to me, what does this say about Michael Jordan? To me, this is not only just another display of his dominance, of how dominant he was, because again, we all know the first time that Scottie Pippen became an all-star, they took Detroit to 7 games, and after that, Michael Jordan didn't he didn't lose again. The first time he just had one all-star to play with, Michael Jordan was 6-0 in the finals, never allowing a game 7. So this shows that even in the time before Michael Jordan actually had adequate help from his teammates, that he was still such a dominant force by himself. In other words, the GOAT. He was still such a force by himself that he never lost to below a 2 seed. Now, because we're still addressing this manufactured GOAT debate, because the Duck, the Deer, the leader of the 4 and 6 Kingdom, will still be playing for at least another year, meaning we have at least another year of media putting out narratives about this guy, trying to somehow make him the longevity king, make him the longevity GOAT. Because this is the case, then we have to keep putting out these fires and letting you see how ridiculous this debate is. So LeBron James, but before I get into LeBron James, I just want to say to everyone, I'm sure you all have seen the ridiculous Nike commercial about the test tube king. And I'm sure you've seen various content creators giving their takes on this. Well, my take for this will be coming this Fanboy Friday. I have a lot to say about that, and I will indeed say a lot about it on Fanboy Friday. So everybody stay tuned for that. But anyway, LeBron James, his playoff losses consist of a loss to San Antonio, who was a number 3 seed. Of course, this was in the finals, and I don't want to hear anything about he didn't have any help in that finals, because the fact of the matter is if LeBron James was a better leader, and if LeBron James played better himself, but I would argue even more so than that, if LeBron James was a better leader, they could have won this game. They could have won the finals. Everybody wants to talk about how they were so overpowered by San Antonio. And I'm not saying that San Antonio wasn't a better team, but what I'm saying is LeBron James as a leader just wasn't setting the tone, because if you as a leader don't believe you can win the series, if you as the leader don't believe you are king of the hill like Michael Jordan did, then you can't expect your teammates to have that same kind of mentality either. So your teammates are going to be nervous about the finals. Boobie Gibson and those guys, they're going to be nervous if you as a leader aren't setting the tone. This is why in 1991, even though this was the Bulls' first finals, even though lots of people didn't think the Bulls were going to be able to pull it off because it was their first finals, because they were going up against Magic Johnson and the Lakers, who were 5-time champions. This is why the Bulls pulled it off, is because Michael Jordan always believed he could win. And because he always believed he could win, this mentality spread down to his teammates. So everyone was on the same page, while everyone else was doubting the Bulls, saying, hey, you know, they don't have enough experience. Michael Jordan was like, hey, I'm king of the hill. I can get this done. And because Michael Jordan felt like that, the rest of his team felt like that. And that's what made the difference. But anyway, 2007 finals, LeBron James lost to San Antonio, who was a 3 seed. In 2009, when he lost to Orlando, another 3 seed. In 2010, when he lost to Boston, they were a 4 seed. In 2011, when he had the most embarrassing loss of his career in Dallas, they were a 3 seed. In 2025, when Anthony Edwards was shoving him all around the court, they were a 6 seed. And the difference is, you know, even if you want to argue for 2007 for LeBron James, even if you want to argue that, the bottom line is LeBron James had help. LeBron James had help, and yet was still getting beat by 3 seeds and 4 seeds and 6 seeds. So again, to me, this just points to everybody wants to always say, oh, well, LeBron James could do more with less. No, he could not. As a matter of fact, LeBron James couldn't even do more with more. LeBron James does less with more. But going back to Michael Jordan, to me, this is just another stat that shows the dominance of Michael Jordan. This shows the dominance. This goes to stats like winning 25 out of 26 playoff series between 91 and 98. You know, this goes to stats like never losing 3 games in a row between 91 and 98. And this is the thing about Michael Jordan, is the deeper you dive into the stats with this guy, the more dominance you find. And you cannot say that about any other players, that you just keep finding incredible stats that shows how dominant this guy actually was, and that this is no fluke. Like 6-0 in the finals, never allowing a game 7 is no fluke. Like, this all points to one thing, is that Michael Jordan was that guy, is that Michael Jordan was feared in the league for a reason. This all shows why LeBron James is not feared, because there's nothing to fear with LeBron James. And at the end of it all, we can talk about his lack of clutch ability. We can talk about his free throw shooting. We can talk about his flopping. We can talk about his whining and all these things. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to one thing, and that is LeBron James doesn't believe he's that guy. Period. LeBron James doesn't believe it himself. This is why I feel like when you are spending your time trying to convince other people, what you are really doing is trying to convince yourself. What you are really doing is trying to be validated And this is why I always say, if you actually played your career the way you should have, if you played your career knowing that you literally did everything that you could have done possible, that you worked on your game, you know, that you worked on your leadership, that you worked on every facet of your game. If you actually did that in your career, then you don't have to spend time convincing people of anything, because you don't need to be validated, because you are content with what you did. You like, hey man, I did everything I can do. So if people think I'm number 5, then that's just what it is. If people think I'm number 10, if people think I'm the GOAT, it's out of my hands, because I know I did everything I could possibly do on that basketball court. But when you know you took shortcuts and you didn't do everything you could, that you spent your whole career not being able to shoot free throws, and that you've been flopping and cheating the game and whining and getting away with traveling and all these things, when you know you have done that, then that's when you have to beg everybody to see you as the GOAT. That's when you have to try to convince everybody, because you're trying to convince yourself, because you are trying to be validated. But anyway, we gonna hold up here, people. Again, shout out to Self Research NBA Facts. If you are not subscribed to this guy, please go and subscribe to him. Like I said, this kind of information, he has plenty of it on his channel. This guy is always researching and providing you with facts and statistics that you will never hear on mainstream media, my people. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think about the fact that Michael Jordan never lost to below a 2 seed in his 7 NBA playoff losses? 5 of them were to number 1 seeds, people. 5 of them were to number 1 seeds, and 2 of them were to number 2 seeds. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.